Hello YouTube friends! Today we are going to meal plan. So this was a requested video from one of you guys, and so I thought I would share how I meal plan. I know I've shared the actual meal plan itself in several different videos, oftentimes my Costco haul, but I thought I would kind of give you guys some tips and tricks of how I do it and also kind of take you step by step through the process so you can kind of get an idea of how it happens. So, but if you are new here, I just want to say hi, my name is Meredith and welcome to my channel, mereofalltrades, where we do all kinds of different videos, grocery hauls, meal planning videos, and beauty and lifestyle unboxings, clothing unboxings, and try-ons. So if any of that sounds like fun, definitely hit the subscribe button and stick around. But I have a list of things that I want to make sure that I talk about in this video, so let's get into it. So the first thing that I think is a really great thing to do, especially if you are brand new to meal planning, is to get yourself a calendar that you're going to use only for meal planning. So I got this one. It's pretty basic. And the first thing that you should do, or you can even just get a plain one that you know, print off your Google Calendar. Wherever you find your calendar is totally fine. You can probably get them in the bargain bin since it's past January now. So, but we're going to meal plan for February. But the first thing I would say to do is make it easy for yourself. Make a list of things that you know that your family will eat. So I know that my family loves pizza. So we do pizza night every Friday. That's kind of our thing. We do pizza and a movie. So I automatically know that if I buy a pack of frozen pizzas at Costco at the beginning of the month, I have dinner for Friday night for the whole month. And just write it down. So that's exactly what I did. So here, obviously, Valentine's Day is landing on a Friday. So I did scooch that over to Saturday just for something different, and I might do something special. Or who knows, maybe I'll just go pick up a heart-shaped pizza. You just never know. And so with that, I usually add some sort of side vegetable. A lot of times it's just carrot sticks and cucumbers because by the time Friday rolls around, I'm just not interested in doing anything super duper fancy most of the time. And then the other thing that I know that everybody in my family will eat is beef for D or breakfast for dinner. So I automatically just fill that in on Wednesdays every single month. Now, I don't make this so that I can't switch things around. It's just kind of a guideline to go by. And as I make that meal, I will just cross it out so that I know that the things that I would use in that recipe are gone from my pantry and my fridge and my freezer so that I am making it easy on myself. So another thing is I would actually make out a list of things your family will eat before you even start meal planning. So like my family will eat chili. My family will eat spaghetti. My family will eat tacos. My whole family will eat Caesar salad minus the little baby, but that's okay because I usually have something else on hand. My whole family will eat mac and cheese. They'll eat Alfredo. The list goes on. My whole family will eat potato soup. You know, kind of think of those things that are just easy and that everyone will eat. The next thing I would say to do is to make a Pinterest board. I like to try new recipes as much as the next person. I love to experiment with food and I like to cook, but I like to also make Pinterest boards. So if I see a recipe that I want to try, I add it to a Pinterest board. But once I've tried it, if I really like it, I have a special Pinterest board which I've labeled Food That I've Tried and Love. That's literally the name of the board. Kind of boring, but hey, we get the idea. So if I try something, some random cupcake recipe, or I don't know, a recipe for beef and broccoli, it's saved in there so that I know if I'm at the store and I'm like, oh shoot, do I need 1 can of that or 2 cans for that recipe? While I'm at Target or Costco or wherever, I can click on that and find out so that I am not worried about how many cans or boxes or whatever I need for this item. So that's a really helpful tip. Another thing that I do is I actually put all of the items that need to be used up on the top shelf of my fridge. That helps me to remember to pack those items in school lunches or to find a way to throw that into dinner that night. And then the other thing that we really try and do is because I grocery shop once a month, by the time the end of the month rolls around, my fridge is pretty bare. And so I take that opportunity to clean my fridge out because we try to use up all the fresh stuff and a lot of the freezer stuff before the end of the month, I can then go through and clean it all out, which I find to be very helpful. And now I am going to take you into my inner sanctum. Just kidding, it's just the pantry. Don't get too excited. With the baby-proof knob on there. So this is what the inside of my pantry looks like. I know, get excited. Okay, so we're gonna just take a quick peek. Watch me do this vlog style, like my salad spinner, my mixer. It's a real life pantry, folks, okay? It's not clean and it's not Pinterest worthy. So, come on in. Let me see if I can get my angle correct here. Okay, so we've got a few pouches for the baby. We tend to keep a decent amount of pasta on hand. Sorry if the pantry is dark. So I've got some rigatoni, I've got some spaghetti, but I also have elbow macaroni in bulk that I bought at Costco. I also have, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Let's see here. We got some Kraft mac and cheese. That was also on sale at Costco last month, so I got a case of it. So we have a lot of mac and cheese. I don't normally do that for dinner. I tend to do that more for like lunches on the weekends, that kind of thing. So that's not really so much for dinner. I do have some other things like apple butter in here, and I've got some char siu sauce, and there's some extra maple syrup. I always keep extra coffee on hand because nobody wants to run out of coffee, okay? You feel me? I have some pineapple. So I kind of go through and I take a look at, okay, what do I have? What can I make meals with? And I sort of make mental note. Now, if your pantry is actually really full, you might want to take an inventory, but I feel like that's just too much work, and I usually have a pretty good idea. This is actually my pantry pretty stocked because I stocked up on a lot of items last time around. So I have extra ranch dressing. Looks like I've got 4 cans of tuna, tons of peanut butter because peanut butter was on sale at Costco last month, and plenty of Mrs. Meyer's back stock over here. So for those of you who have been around a while, I don't think that will surprise you at all. So that is what my pantry looks like. Oh, and I also have a guide for how to take care of your produce and where to store it. So there you go. That's a look at my pantry. All right, and here is what my freezer looks like. So tonight's dinner, it's Friday when I'm filming this. So I've got 2 pizzas. I know these are going to be gone. I do have some corn and some frozen peas just as like backup veggies or to throw in casseroles and the like. I've got some frozen spinach. Actually, I've got to defrost these hot dogs. I bought hot dog buns to go with these, so these are going to be dinner over the weekend as well. And here is what my fridge looks like. So again, like I said, I'm gonna just scroll you guys down. I did go to Target today because I needed a few things, so I picked up some yogurt, some milk, some eggs, some coffee creamer because that's really important stuff. I've got some cheese left over. I've got some salsa, some cucumbers that the kids I'm sure will eat up in the next couple of days. And then we've got some veggies and whatnot down in the crisper drawer. And then, of course, your random condiments. I've got a decent amount of Philly cream cheese because it's been available at my Costco. So I'm stocked up for a while. And then there is the rest of it. All right, so back to the freezer, since I got distracted defrosting hot dogs. A couple of things to kind of make note of is, for example, I had some leftover celery and onion from another recipe, so I actually chopped them up already and froze them in this container, and so when I want to make chicken noodle soup, all I have to do is defrost this and toss it in the pan. So that's a handy tip. Last time I made chili, I froze a container of it for my husband to take to work. I can tell it has black beans in it. I also do this with spaghetti sauce that's left over, so don't be afraid to do that. I have some stalks of celery, so the next time I want to make homemade chicken stock, I can just toss these right into the pan with the leftover chicken, bones or whatever. So I do make my own stock sometimes. And sometimes the light in my freezer likes to just go out randomly, apparently. But that's okay. We got some ice cream. That won't be here. It's going to be brownie sundaes. And then here in the door is where I keep a lot of our ice packs. I have a few pot stickers left, so I'll probably eat those over the weekend. And then another thing that I do is I actually will take, sorry for the crinkling noise, but I will take onion halves. If I make something for dinner that only calls for half an onion, I will stick the other half of the onion in a bag and freeze it. And again, when I need to make stock, I can take those onion halves that are frozen and toss them right into the pot. And then the other thing that I do with those is I actually will throw them in my crock pot. So if I'm gonna make some type of, maybe pork tenderloin or even just chicken shredded in the crock pot, I will toss those guys in, and it just makes it so much easier. I don't have to worry about chopping it at the moment. So based on what I have in my fridge, freezer, and pantry, and things that I know that my family uses up pretty much every single month, I make myself a Costco list. Now, I usually base some of the items that we eat on what is on sale at Costco that month. I usually try to leave a little bit of room in the budget for any things that I see that are new that we might want to try, or just things that are on sale so I can stock up on those. For example, I'll go to CostcoInsider.com and they have the sale flyer, the Costco flyer, on their webpage before it comes in the mail, which is really nice. So I will go through and, like, for example, batteries are on sale and my kids' toys take a lot of batteries. So I know I'm going to stock up on those while they're at a good price because it'll save my family money in the long run. The applesauce pouches are on sale this month, so I'm going to want to stock up on those just because we go through them and they'll get eaten before they could possibly go bad. So I do that, and as I'm going through, I try to put it in order of how I shop through the store. And so I know I'm going to be going past the batteries and that kind of stuff. So I'll usually stick those up on there. But then I know I'm going to see the produce first, and then the meat department is next, and then like the lunch meats and the cheeses. So I'll literally put it in order of where it is in the store just to make my life easier when I go, because if I don't, inevitably I'm going to forget something on my list. And the other thing that I do is I put the price, or what I think the price is. And since I shop at Costco every single month and I've kind of paid attention to this, I'm usually pretty spot on with what it costs. And so I will literally go down and I'll see. Now I don't do like the cash envelope system or any of that. But I still like to know approximately how much I'm going to spend, because our budget does change from month to month what we can spend on groceries. And so I like to really be cognizant of that. And some months I don't have $340 to spend at Costco, but this month we do. And so these are some of the things I'm going to get. The chicken nuggets are on sale, so I'm going to buy 2 because they're going to get eaten and they won't go bad before we use them up. So anyways, so then now that I know what's in my fridge, what's on sale at Costco, what's in my pantry, what's in my freezer, I know what I'm buying, and now I'm going to make my meal plan. So as I've already said, I filled in these things because I know I've put any important things like my daughter's birthday party is this day, so I know I'm going to be feeding more people, so I need to decide what food we're having for that, because chances are I'm going to buy a lot of the supplies at Costco. So I know I'm going to buy ground turkey. I also know I have a decent amount of the items that go into chili, and my husband has requested that I make chili more often. So I'm definitely going to put that on my meal plan. I'm going to put Alfredo on my meal plan because I have pasta. I've got cream cheese. My Alfredo calls for cream cheese because everything is better with cream cheese, I promise. I know I have spaghetti noodles, and I know I have spaghetti sauce, and I'm getting ground turkey. Now, I usually buy the large jars of spaghetti sauce at Costco, so I will cook that 1 jar up with 1 pound of ground turkey, and then I actually freeze half of it, so I'm going to get 2 dinners out of that. So one of them is going to be in my freezer for later on in the month. So I already know we're eating spaghetti twice because of that. So I'm going to put spaghetti, and I'll usually do every other week with the spaghetti so that we don't get bored. So then I just start to go through and add in those things I know my family will eat and that I can make with the ingredients I either have on hand or I'm going to buy. So some of the things I just wrote out on a list, things as kind of I was going through, ideas I had. For example, there is tomato soup that is pre-made and it's available and it's on sale at Costco this month, and it comes in 2 tubs. So we'll probably have tomato soup with grilled cheese twice, and we'll probably do that as a dinner, maybe on the weekends or possibly a busy school night. So that's an option as well. And so now we're just going to fill in. And the other thing I like to make room for is leftover nights. If I am making, say, a double batch of chicken tacos in the crock pot, I know that I'm going to have leftovers. I know I'm going to have leftovers for one night, and I'm going to have enough to stick in a freezer container. And I think that is so huge when you're meal planning and just making your life easier. We eat out almost never, and so I make all of our meals, or most of them. And so sometimes I like to have things in the freezer to save my butt when maybe my oldest comes home with a ton of homework and I know I'm not going to have a ton of time to whip up a dinner. Then I can just defrost those chicken tacos that are shredded up and ready to go. And I know I'm going to have tortillas on hand because I always do. I always have sour cream because I buy it in a big tub at Costco. And I know I'm going to have shredded cheese. And I can then whip up that so easily. And a lot of times I we'll have like lettuce and other things as well, and we usually keep salsa on hand. So easy peasy. So we eat tacos at least twice a month, and we eat spaghetti, and to be honest, my meal plan doesn't change dramatically from month to month. Alright, so as I'm looking at my meal plan as I'm going along, so I know I'm going to go to Costco this day and stock up because this is the first day of the new ad. And then I'm going to have chicken that will already be defrosted, so I'm going to make chicken tacos, but I'm going to make a double batch and freeze half like we talked about. Then we're going to have pizza night, then we're going to have spaghetti night. So if I know I'm going to have leftovers from this chicken tacos, and I know we're going to have leftover spaghetti, it only makes sense to make this a leftovers night. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so I went and filled in my chart with all of the items we talked about and things that were on my list or on in the pantry. So that is what my meal plan for February looks like. Let me know, do you guys meal plan for the month, for the week? Do you just fly by the seat of your pants and see what's left in your pantry and in your fridge? What do you guys do? Do you have any meal planning tips and tricks that you want to share with us? Definitely leave them in the comments below. Make sure to leave me any of your questions if you have anything that wasn't clear or you would like to know more about in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. I'll pop up a few videos, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys!